Yo, what is up YouTube? What is up Raider Nation? It's your boy Mr. Raider Kid here, bringing you another video. It's been a cool minute since we last talked. We talked about the San Francisco thing that ended up flopping horribly, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm trying not to make this video too long, but thank you for everyone that continues to support the channel, watch my stuff, like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new, if you're a Raider fan, football fan, or you like video games. I don't really care. Some of you saw that I live streamed a video game. That was kind of accidental. I didn't mean to put it on this channel just yet. It wasn't planned or anything. It was just so our buddy could watch us play the game while we were playing. Shout out Mr. X Bombwall. But nonetheless, I was going to end up trying to put some video games on this channel. I know some of you were for it, some of you were against it. You don't have to watch it. It's no big deal. And if you do watch it, that's cool. Just trying to grow a little bit more and see that subscriber number get up. We're on the road to 2K. See if we can get to 2K before the season starts. That's my goal. I'm going to set that goal now. Alright, so as you can tell, I'm not the greatest at computer stuff. Why maybe I haven't put up any other videos or any glamorous videos. So I got pictures here on the desktop, and we're going to see how this rolls. These are all the things we're going to talk about today. Alright, we're going to talk about Antonio Brown. We're going to talk about the Oakland Stadium situation that just got updated today. Some free agency stuff, a draft order, and of course the draft combine. That's really why we're here. Talk about the post-draft combine. And if you happen to hear my cat go off, or if you see him, he's on my lap, he just won't leave. He's a little asshole right now. But let's get to it. And he jumped off. Alright. Let's talk about the Oakland Stadium situation real quick. It just got announced that they are agreed to terms. It's not official, but they are agreed to terms, and it needs to be voted on, which will probably get voted on tomorrow. And this may not be official still for another week. But this deal will include the Raiders playing in Oakland for the 2019 season and possibly 2020 if Las Vegas is not ready yet. So something to keep an eye out on. You'll probably see it get announced very soon, which is good. Oakland's the best place for it. San Francisco didn't work out because the Niners didn't pass their territorial rights. And Mark Davis is not going to play in Santa Clara. Not going to give the Niners rent money pretty much. So that's that situation. Also, another thing, the Raiders are actually in talks with Canada of possibly playing a preseason game out there. So this would actually make 8 home games instead of 10 home games in Oakland, which I believe would make the cost of rent go down a little bit. But it also sucks for the people that want to watch the Raiders play in Oakland. We have one international game, and then we'll have one international preseason game. But that's the update. When it goes official, we'll talk about it some more. Antonio Brown is on the market. I know everybody knows about this. I know you all are aware. But, of course, we're in the mix. So just my thoughts on it real quick. In my opinion, I think Antonio Brown's value is somewhat of a second or third round pick and not a first round pick, just based off of his age and his salary already. The guy's a great player, don't get me wrong. He's a great receiver. I do want him. I'm all for getting Antonio Brown as long as it doesn't come to the cost of that 27th, 24th, or 4th overall pick in this year's draft. Any first-round pick is off limits. Now, the 35th pick, the second-round pick, I would be considering. I would be okay with it. I would still like to keep that pick for us to draft one of these prospects that you may see on the left of your screen, but you never know. You never know with the Raiders and John Gruden which way we can go. So that's something to very, very much keep an eye out for, and how this plays out. Second round pick I'm okay with. Of course, the Raiders are interested. The franchise tag window just closed a few minutes ago, so that's why I want to kind of touch on free agents. So the franchise tag, of course, if you don't know, it's when teams tag players who are going to be potential free agents, and they get not a maxed salary, but it's a really high salary when you tag somebody, but it's a 1-year contract pretty much. That's why Le'Veon Bell did not play. He got tagged last year by the Steelers. He did not play, does not want to play under a 1-year contract with the risk of getting hurt. Same thing with Earl Thomas. What happened to him? He ended up getting hurt, and he's coming off of a serious leg injury. So the red highlighted players, DeMarcus Lawrence, Clowney, Ford, Clark, and Garrett, and Robbie Gould, who isn't on this top 25 list. This is not my top 25 list personally, but all those players got franchise tagged. Some notable key ones that didn't, of course, Le'Veon Bell. C.J. Mosley and Landon Collins were informed that they were not going to get franchise tagged. And I think those two are some big surprises, and I think with the franchise tagged players off of the board, C.J. Mosley and Landon Collins shoot all the way in my top 25 to 1, 2, 3. Right there, your Le'Veon Bell, C.J. Mosley, Landon Collins. Of course, we should be in play because we have the most money, right? And we're going to Vegas, and in Vegas, there's no state tax in Nevada, so that works to our advantage, where in California, it's like 13% or something. Hence, maybe why Bryce Harper went to Philly, right? So something to keep an eye out for. But we'll talk more about free agency next week, because next Wednesday is when the new league year starts, and that's when everything goes down. But definitely some players I want to look out for: C.J. Mosley, Landon Collins, Anthony Barr is on my list, and LaMarcus Joyner. But Nick Foles has been linked to the Jaguars, saying that he will sign with the Jaguars when free agency opens. That's interesting, and that's pretty big for a number of reasons, and we'll talk about that later. So let's talk about the draft combine a little bit, and a little bit of reaction. There was some heavy reactions. We'll start with the offensive side of things. So of course, quarterback position is the biggest prize position that you have, and then when it comes to the draft, and everybody's talking about it. Kyler Murray, who just picked football over baseball not too long ago, decided he wasn't going to throw at the combine. He's going to do everything in his pro day, which is a little interesting. But nonetheless, the offensive talent stood out a lot. You have Noah Fant, Juwan Taylor, DK Metcalf, I think, stole the show for the offensive side of things. This guy is huge. He benched 27. He ran a 4.33. He led the vertical. He had like a 40-some vertical. I believe his 20-yard shuttle was not good though. But that guy stole the show at 200 and some pounds, 6'3". Only 1.6 of that was body fat to run a 4.33. That guy stole the show. But then right below him, A.J. Brown, you have Maurice Brown, N'Keal Harry. Those guys are really big standouts. And another guy that's not on that list is Parrish Campbell, who actually ran the fastest 40 with a 4.31. Those guys are some serious receivers. This receiver class is very deep, but at the same time of it being deep, I see a lot of these guys going in the top 32 in the draft. I don't see a lot of these. I think like DK Metcalf, who was possibly a top 25 player, ended up putting himself in the top 15 range after his combine. And that's what the combine does, man. It really gives a chance for some players to stand out in certain aspects of their game that, not the film always gets, but some people like film over everything. But that's the offensive side. Defensive side was, I think, a lot more dominant. These players, there's a lot more talent. Kyler Murray has been linked to go number 1. I think that's almost kind of a reach. But after Kyler Murray, you're not going to see an offensive player go off the board until maybe a lineman somewhere in the before 10th pick or something. Because you got Nick Bosa, Rashawn Gary, Josh Allen, Devin White, Quentin Williams, Ed Oliver. All these guys blew everybody away. Greedy Williams. These guys is 40 times, and what they did was amazing. Especially for Nick Bosa, Quentin Williams, and Devin White. Montez Sweat, who has been linked to us a couple times. I've seen players talk about him quite a bit. He ran a 4.41, and Devin White ran a 4.42. These two linebackers stole the show with the 40 times. Their guys are fast. Quentin Williams, I believe, ran a 4.6, 4.7 or something. Rashawn Gary ran a 4.5. These edge and interior linemen are fast. They're dominant. They're strong. Nick Bosa, it seems to be okay. Everyone's concerned about that injury. He's still top overall in a lot of people's boards. Josh Allen is one that stood out to me. I like a lot. More of an edge rush, I would say. I would not be mad if we took him at 4. I think right now that's where I'm sitting at. Even though I love DK Metcalf. Even though 4 would kind of be somewhat of a reach. But then it really wouldn't, because I don't think DK gets past 9. And then we're linked to Kyler Murray, of course. and they're saying that there's no way that Kyler Murray gets past Arizona or gets past us at 4. So I kind of hope the Cardinals take Kyler Murray, but then the Cardinals would need to get rid of Josh Allen. No, I'm sorry, not Josh Allen. I apologize. Josh Rosen, and I think maybe that's where the Redskins come into play, who are going to need a quarterback here with Alex Smith not looking to return in time. So some really cool things from the Combine, man, that really stood out. Really liked what I saw from Greedy Williams. Devin Bush also had a really good Combine. There's some other names. There's not, there's a bunch of top-tier players here, but there was a lot of good things that I saw from the Combine. From the little bit that I watched, I didn't get to watch every single buddy, do the drills and all that, but I have a really good feeling, and I'm really excited for this damn draft that's going to be still like a month and so away, but some things to look out for. I want to know what you guys think. Josh Jacobs, do you think we take him at 27 or 24? Does one of these receivers fall to us at one of those spots? Or do we use that for Antonio Brown? It's going to be interesting as hell, man. Do we go defense? Do we trade down? I think we could trade down with maybe the Giants if they need to sneak up there, above somebody and get in there to grab their guy. Or the Bengals. Maybe we trade down with the Bengals. I don't know. But it's going to get crazy here with all this predictions and mock drafts and all this other stuff that's going to come out. Quentin Williams, I think, is going to be a star, but I almost leaning to that we really need an edge rusher. We need that Khalil Mack back. We need to make up for that mistake. Now we have the picks to do so. So it's going to be interesting, man. I really love DK Metcalf, what I saw from him. I can't speak enough about that. Josh Allen, Montez Sweat, and Greedy Williams were my favorite. Were my favorite of the day. And Devin White. Oh, I can't forget Devin White. Oh, my God. It sucks because all those guys can't be on the Raiders, unfortunately, right? But we also have pick 35. So if somebody falls. And if we don't get rid of that pick, that's going to be really interesting. And if we even trade down to get to another second round pick for this year, that'd be awesome. If that meant we moved back a few slots, 5 slots or so. So, hey, man, it's going to be really interesting coming up. Free agency is next, though. That's the most exciting. So we'll talk about that more next week. Once we get a little more information, that's when the negotiations start. I think there's a negotiation period right before something where you can talk. Agents can start talking to players and teams. But next Wednesday is when the league starts, so you'll see me here maybe Monday or something, and then we'll do a post a free agency first day or two recap. We'll see if we break the bank on Le'Veon Bell, maybe C.J. Mosley, Landon Collins. The draft stuff will keep coming. We still have a lot of time for the draft, so we'll get to play with that. And Antonio Brown, we'll see if he get traded before the new league year or right after. It's going to be interesting to see. They think he will get traded that same week free agency opens up. So, it's just a matter of time, man. Season's starting to roll around. The draft's just around the corner. Thank you guys for watching. It's a little bit of a long video, but this is my take on it. If you guys liked, comment, share, subscribe down below. Hit that like button. It helps out the video. Helps other people get to see the video. And let me know what you guys think. What were your standouts? What are your little mocks? If you want to do 4, 24, and 27 on your mock, and maybe even a 35, who do we take and why? Free agents top list. So much, baby, so much. I'm so happy. Football is just around the corner, right? All right, guys. Thanks you for watching. Go Raiders.